In the grand tradition of 1970s, sitcoms that dared to tackle the evolving dynamics of adolescence amid cultural upheaval, One Day at a Time shines particularly brightly in its nuanced portrayal of teenage rebellion and first love through the character of Julie Romano. Part 2 of this analysis delves deeply into the heart of Julie's growing independence and the inevitable clash with her mother Anne. Moments that form the emotional engine of the episode. The script handles this generational conflict with remarkable sensitivity, blending humor, tenderness, and sharp social observation to illuminate the complexities of coming of age in an era when traditional boundaries were dissolving and young people were embracing ideals of freedom and self-discovery. The tension begins early with seemingly innocent interactions between Julie and Chuck that quickly reveal deeper undercurrents. When Chuck arrives at the Romano apartment, his casual announcement of dropping out of college serves as the first major flashpoint. Julie's defensive posture and her quick dismissal of Anne's concerns demonstrate a young woman eager to assert her autonomy. The writers capture this beautifully through dialogue that feels authentic to the period. Julie's assertion that college isn't the answer to everything, and her romantic vision of experiencing a whole great big world out there echo the countercultural sentiments prevalent among many teenagers in the 1970s. Influenced by the lingering spirit of the late 1960s, the anti-establishment movement and a growing skepticism toward conventional paths of success. One of the episode's most compelling sequences unfolds during the confrontation about school attendance. Anne's discovery, aided by Schneider's unwitting revelation that Julie has been skipping classes and spending time in Chuck's leopard-spotted van, triggers a masterful mother-daughter exchange. The script excels here in its scene-by-scene construction. Anne tries to approach the conversation with concern rather than outright anger, but Julie perceives it as intrusive control. Lines, such as "Why do I have to tell you? Can I have something private in my life?" cut to the core of teenage yearning for independence. Anne's response, rooted in her own painful history of marrying young and later divorcing, carries the weight of lived experience. She warns Julie not to repeat her mistakes, yet this well-intentioned advice only fuels Julie's rebellion. The writers avoid simplistic portrayals, instead showing both characters as sympathetic. Anne is not a tyrannical parent, but a mother terrified of watching her daughter rush into instability. Julie is not merely defiant, but a vulnerable 17-year-old navigating her first serious romance. The revelation of the engagement marks a pivotal escalation. Julie's announcement that she and Chuck have been engaged for a month without telling her family is delivered with a mixture of defiance and nervousness. The subsequent discussion, which spans the living room and kitchen, stands as one of the episode's finest examples of comedic dialogue intertwined with genuine emotional stakes. When Anne presses for details about a ring, Julie's idealistic dismissal, "A ring is a symbol, a sign of bondage," perfectly encapsulates the era's rejection of materialist traditions in favor of emotional authenticity. Chuck's influence is evident in her adoption of phrases like "paths have crossed and joined hands to walk together," language that Anne gently mocks as sounding like a square dance. These moments provide rich comedic timing while revealing profound philosophical differences about love, commitment, and adulthood. The script offers a touching flashback recounted by Julie of Chuck's proposal in the revolving door of a department store during a rainstorm. Her description of being spun around, growing dizzy, and hearing Chuck declare he wants to spend the rest of his life going around with you is delivered with starry-eyed innocence. It is a beautiful romantic moment that highlights the pure idealistic nature of first love. Yet Anne's immediate practical question, "Are you pregnant?" grounds the scene in maternal reality. The humor arises naturally from this clash between youthful fantasy and adult pragmatism. Julie's indignant denial and Anne's admission that it was going to be her next question create one of the episode's most relatable and warmly funny exchanges. Through this, the writers explore how first love can feel all-consuming and revolutionary to a teenager while appearing dangerously reckless to a concerned parent. Julie's character development throughout these scenes is handled with impressive depth. She is portrayed not as a one-dimensional rebellious teen but as a complex young woman torn between loyalty to her mother and the intoxicating pull of independence. Her accusations that Anne is a compulsive mother and does not trust her reveal deep-seated frustrations. At the same time, her sincerity when defending her relationship with Chuck shows genuine emotional investment. The script subtly hints at Julie's insecurity beneath the bravado, her need to prove that she and Chuck are different from Anne's generation, which she criticizes for being hung up on that education, money security syndrome. This reflects broader 1970s cultural shifts where many young people inspired by movements emphasizing personal fulfillment over material success questioned the value systems of their parents. Anne's responses add layers of emotional richness. Her attempts to maintain an open mind during the discussion, even as her anxiety mounts, demonstrate her growth as a single mother striving to adapt to new realities. Yet she cannot fully suppress her protective instincts. The back and forth about living arrangements, travel plans in the van, and vague future dreams showcases the script's strength in character-driven conflict. When Julie declares they are two free persons who have joined hands to walk together, Anne's exasperated yet loving concern shines through. These exchanges highlight the central theme of the episode, the painful but necessary process of children asserting independence while parents learn to let go. Barbara's role as the younger sister provides both comic relief and insightful commentary during these clashes. Her sharp observations and occasional mediation prevent the scenes from becoming overly heavy, maintaining the sitcom's balance of heart and humor. Meanwhile, David Kane's presence offers a stabilizing influence, attempting to counsel Anne toward patience, even as the situation intensifies. The script uses these supporting characters effectively to enrich the central mother-daughter dynamic without diluting its focus. The generational clash reaches its emotional crescendo as Julie storms off after the heated argument. The script captures the raw pain on both sides with authenticity. Anne's heartbreak at being shut out of her daughter's major life decisions combined with Julie's feeling of being misunderstood creates a powerful portrait of family love under strain. This is where One Day at a Time distinguishes itself from lighter fare of the era. It does not resolve conflicts with easy platitudes but allows the audience to feel the genuine weight of these disagreements. The 1970s context is crucial here, a time when divorce was becoming more common. Feminist ideals encouraged women to prioritize self-realization, and teenagers were exposed to new philosophies of free love. Anti-materialism. The episode uses Julie and Anne's relationship to explore these societal changes on a deeply personal level. Throughout these scenes, the writing demonstrates exceptional appreciation for dialogue rhythm and character voice. Julie's idealistic speeches contrast beautifully with Anne's grounded practicality. Chuck, though often the catalyst, remains somewhat peripheral in these domestic confrontations, allowing the mother-daughter bond to take center stage. The leopard-spotted van itself becomes a potent symbol representing both youthful freedom and maternal nightmare. References to the mattress in the back add layers of innuendo and concern without becoming crude, maintaining the show's signature blend of suggestiveness and warmth. As the episode builds toward Julie's decision to run away, the audience is left with a profound sense of empathy for both generations. Julie's rebellion is not portrayed as mere defiance but as a sincere if naive quest for identity. Anne's resistance stems not from outdated rigidity but from hard-earned wisdom and deep love. This balanced approach makes the clash feel authentic and timeless. Even decades later, these scenes resonate with families navigating similar transitions between dependence and autonomy. The careful pacing allows viewers to become fully invested in the emotional journey. Each conversation builds upon the last, escalating the stakes while revealing new facets of the characters. The writer's deep understanding of family psychology shines through, particularly in how they depict the way love can simultaneously bind and divide. By focusing so intently on Julie's first love and her assertion of independence, this section of the episode lays crucial groundwork for the larger runaway storyline, transforming what could have been a simple domestic spat into a meaningful exploration of growth, trust, and the evolving definition of family in 1970s America. In these moments, One Day at a Time reaffirms its status as a groundbreaking series. It treats teenage rebellion not as a punchline but as a legitimate stage of development worthy of thoughtful examination. Julie Romano emerges as a fully realized character, passionate, confused, idealistic, and deeply human. Her clash with Anne captures the universal experience of mothers and daughters learning to relate to one another as the child steps into adulthood. The script's warmth, humor, and emotional honesty make these scenes enduring examples of classic television storytelling at its most insightful and entertaining.